So, Sundar, in today's world, resilience is a word that's thrown about a lot. So, I would like you to tell me how professionals need to look at their career with a long-term mindset and not just short-term wins and gains, which is, of course, in pharma, very easy to get into that, hitting the targets and think that is it. So, and they may have downfalls at times, and so, can you throw some light on what you have to say that about resilience in your book?
No, absolutely. I think one of the sections in our book, the final section of our book, is actually what we call "Be a Marathon Runner." Right, and the idea there is to really embrace this mindset of the marathoner's mindset within, let's say, the corporate environment or within an entrepreneurial environment. And I think if you think about that, and if you think about resilience as a standalone word, right, sometimes we can sort of over-index on the literal meaning and say, hey, this is really about getting tough, not giving up, endurance, your ability to go through pain, things like that, right? But the moment you think of work and you think longitudinal, you think 40 years, which is, or maybe even longer, I think we're in the pharmaceutical, both of us are in the healthcare business, and we know people are only going to live longer as we go along. So you're not going to put your feet up on the table at any particular age. As long as you're healthy, you're going to continue to work. So when you think long term, automatically, I think your ability to take a few blows increases, right? And one of the things we are telling professionals through our book is it's as important to manage your energy, right? Because for you to stay the course over a 40-year period, you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, right? Because things will go wrong. They always do. They have for all of us and for you as well. And that's not a big deal. So when things don't work out, when something doesn't work out the way you try to pivot, it didn't work out, you maybe tried starting up on your own, it didn't work out. Well, it's fine. Just cut your losses, get back on track. And every time something doesn't work out, you just say, hey, you know what, this is, maybe 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. And don't make a big deal about it, because that's 1 or 2 years of a 40, 50-year journey. So when you start putting things into that perspective, you start being, again, like I said at the beginning, you start being kinder to yourself. And that is the form of resilience that we are trying to endorse, right? Not to say become thick-skinned and go through it. No, that's not the coping mechanism. The coping mechanism is to actually change your perspective and say, hey, I'm in it for the long term. Which means there will be waves where things are working out well for me, and there will also be phases and waves when things don't go to plan, and that's all right. That's what it's going to be all about, right? So you acknowledge that whole journey, you embrace that whole journey, and that gives you the strength to deal with the positives that careers and life will throw at you, and also sometimes the lows that a career will throw at you. And I think both are important. Is the whole idea that we want to encourage through our book.